Probably for as long as you can remember, you've been out here fighting everything. Fighting for recognition, fighting for validation, for peace, success, admiration from others, fighting expectations from society, pressures from friends, family. You want to overcome the world. Meanwhile, you can't even overcome yourself. Dostoevsky said in his famous novel, Demons, if you want to conquer the world, if you want to overcome the whole world, overcome yourself. And he wasn't speaking in riddles. He was telling us exactly where the war starts and where it ends. The battlefield isn't out there. It's in here. You can't conquer anything outside of you until you've conquered what's eating you alive inside. The pride, the ego, the laziness, the addiction to comfort, the addiction to approval, the lies you've told yourself so many times that now you've actually started to believe them. That's the war. And you're either losing it quietly or you're fighting it every single day. But you can't ignore it. What's the point of building an empire if you're a slave to your own impulses, your own desires? What's the point of chasing influence if you can't even influence yourself? You want to lead others? Start by leading you. You want to make an impact? Start with discipline. You want others to respect you? Start by respecting yourself enough to face the parts of you don't want others to see. You don't want others to find out about. That's where it begins. Your enemy isn't the world. It's the part of you that keeps sabotaging your own life. And let me be honest, most people never win the war within. They just get older, louder, flashier, but inside they're ruled by emotions they don't even understand. They never stop to think, all right, why do I react this way? Why do I run when things get hard? Why do I keep ending up in the same patterns, same relationships, same failures? Because they never went inward. They never sat with the discomfort long enough to master it. They never looked in the mirror and said, you know what? You are the problem, but you're also the solution. If you want to be free, actually free, that's where it begins. Not when the people who wronged you apologize. Not when you attain higher status or make more money. Not when life gets easier. But when you overcome you. Overcoming yourself means eliminating the false version of you. The version that needs to be liked. The version that avoids hard conversations. The version that chooses short-term gratification over long-term peace. The version that makes excuses, blames others, hides behind trauma and timing and, oh, I'm just not ready yet. Growth doesn't wait for approval. Healing doesn't happen by accident. You have to put in the work for it with honesty, with humility, with a willingness to lose who you were in order to become who you're meant to be. And that's not soft work, obviously. It's literally soul work, because you're not just overcoming bad habits. You're overcoming your entire identity, the one you've built to survive. And now you gotta tear it down little by little, brick by brick, in order to become who you're called to be. You want to overcome the world? Then first overcome your fear of being misunderstood. Overcome your obsession with what they think. Overcome your inability to sit in silence without distracting yourself. Overcome your desire, overcome this version of you that's still begging to be chosen, seen, or rescued. Because the truth is, no one is coming to save you. No one is coming to rescue you. And that's not even bad news. That's power if you look at it from a different perspective. Because now you realize you get to put in the work. You get to earn your strength. You get to become the kind of person no storm can break down. Because you already went through one. And you didn't run. You faced it. You came out different. And that version of you doesn't need to overcome the world. Because by overcoming yourself, you already have. The world bends to people who have mastered themselves. That's it. The people we admire, they're not necessarily lucky or chosen or exceptions. They were just people who got sick of living under their own limitations, and so they changed. They stopped outsourcing their power. They stopped blaming their childhood, their circumstances, or their past. They got in the trenches with themselves. And you can do the same. That's not going to be easy, obviously, because you're going to have to unlearn, unravel, unhook yourself from all the lies you've held on to so far. You're going to have to be honest with yourself, build integrity, practice discipline when no one is watching, keep your word to others and to yourself when no one is clapping for you, heal wounds that aren't even your fault, but still your responsibility. And you're going to want to quit a lot of times, but that's exactly when you keep going. Because we weren't put on this earth to play small. We were born to overcome, not just the external stuff, not just the external difficulties, but the internal obstacles. The pride, the ego, the weakness, the fear, all of it. So let me leave you with this. You don't need the world to change. You don't need more achievements, higher status, more degrees, more attention. You don't need everyone to understand you. You just need to win the war within. Because once you overcome yourself, there is nothing left to fear. There is no mountain you can't climb. There is no version of life that you can't create for yourself. And that's what Dostoevsky meant. So if you want to overcome the whole world, overcome yourself first.